Let's try and give you an update now on the power situation, particularly in areas surrounding Johannesburg. City Power says it has now received 3,444 reports of outages in the metro since yesterday morning. Some areas include Roodepoort and Randburg. These are just some of the worst affected areas. The utility says most of the outages came yesterday because of the bad weather conditions, including Stage 6 power cuts. The heavy rain also making it difficult to send out technicians to fix the faults. Load shedding, cable theft and vandalism is making matters worse for City Power officials. The customers have been advised to be patient as there could be delays in restoring power. We're joined now by Isaac Mangena. He speaks for City Power. Mr. Mangena, thank you very much for your time. Just explain to us the amount of calls you are dealing with as we speak.
Good morning, and thanks for having us. We are dealing, as you rightly pointed out in your intro, with about 3,500 outage calls as of this morning, and almost half of those are over 24 hours. And it gives you a clear indication that we gathered most of these calls since Monday morning because of the inclement weather, but also because of the higher stages of load shedding, which really makes it difficult for us to operate properly and to do many other things that we're supposed to do on the network, including attending to unplanned outages. So we've got most of those calls coming from Roodepoort. About 1,000 of those calls are coming from Roodepoort area. And then you mentioned Randburg, you've got about 531 calls, and also the areas of Heft Hill. And if you look at the common denominator around these three areas, is because of the aged infrastructure in those areas that we are basically sitting with those kind of numbers, because of every time there is rain or any bad weather, we basically are struggling to basically keep up with the demand and also keep up with the unplanned outages that basically happen due to the faults that are there on the network.
Yeah. Mr. Mangena, normally, how long does it take for technicians to bring back to service a transformer or a substation that has tripped?
So basically, when there is an outage, when there is a transformer or substation that has tripped, we look at we basically have a 4-hour turnaround time. So in 4 hours, we should basically be able to have done something about that. That is the SLA that we've got with our shareholder. But obviously, we always strive to ensure that we restore electricity as quickly as possible. However, it also depends on several issues, including what caused that outage. For example, if you've got a cable fault, underground, currently we've got about 19,000 to 21,000 kilometers of cable underground. So that is like from Cape to Cairo and back. And so if there is a fault, we need to basically use specialized equipment to trace where that fault is and be able to pick it and now start digging and cutting and jointing and repairing and so forth. So it might take even more than that 4 hours, that process. And if you look at certain areas, especially North Riding, let me give an example about North Riding. North Riding is an agricultural holding. I think most people that grew up in that area will understand. So you've got a cable that will probably run about 10 to 15 kilometers. So if there is a fault on that cable, it means somebody will need to walk, not drive, walk that 10 or 15 kilometers to try and locate, using this machine, carrying this machine to locate where there is a fault. And when there's a beep, they know that this is where the fault is, and you need to dig. So you can see that already that cannot take 4 hours to walk that those kind of kilometers. So it depends on that. When you've got a fire on the substation, it's also a different story, because we're talking about 2 to 3 days. Because there's a lot of things that need to happen.
Very briefly, Isaac Mangena, I'm out of time. That 4-hour turnaround time, when it has long been exceeded, I'm talking about power that would have gone from 2 o'clock, for example, yesterday, which was Monday, power still not back. How severe is the damage, would you say? And what's your message to the people or citizens?
often when 4 hours pass is because of, the extent of that damage. It could be maybe there was a mini substation that blew up, or there could be cables that have been stolen, and maybe there's not enough material in store to replace that. It could also be issues of the fault that I was talking to you about. So we often would have to basically ensure that we deal with this. But remember, when we've got load shedding also, we are not able to hit this fault. So when there is load shedding, we're not able to basically do anything. So if you, give or take, have about 6 to 8 hours of load shedding in a day, it means during that time we are not able to basically do any work at all because of the safety reasons concerned, but even regulatory reasons that are concerned. So we appeal to the residents to really bear with us in this regard. We always try to ensure that we communicate all these challenges every time we are not able to secure fault or doing anything.
Right.
So we really appeal to them for patience as we start doing this. Before I go through, there is a statement that I issued early this morning around the fact that we are no longer going to respond to outages from customers that are not paying for electricity. As you know, our financial status within the state of Johannesburg and as City Power, we are in a dire situation. And as such, you find that there are a lot of people who've got about 10 billion rand that is sitting out there with customers that are not paying for electricity. And we really need that money to make sure that we provide reliable supply of electricity. We do maintenance to this equipment so that we don't go back. So we really are at a stage where we are not going to respond to any calls, especially from people that have not paid. So we will come first and audit the meter. If the meter is bypassed or you're owing the city, we are not going to do any maintenance on that.
All right. Isaac Mangena there from City Power. Thanks for your time. Let's